You're okay.
We're back. How you guys doing? Welcome to the Seekers Chronicles Paranormal Historians, where
And there's Kimm.
history
Stop.
meets the paranormal. Hey. So we lost Kimm. I think she's putting on her makeup something. I don't know what.
No, stop.
Oh my god.
I don't
I'm
know.
just
She's
trying to figure
there.
out. It keeps freezing. I may have to go to my bad camera instead of my good camera. But hey everyone, welcome.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, welcome everybody. How you guys doing? How was your weekend? I know these ladies had a good weekend. I bailed out, whatever. But they're going to be talking about what they did this weekend, and we have great guests tonight, awesome guests. So I know you guys want to talk about your weekend, or you just want to go right into the show because your weekend is about the show.
Well, first of all, how was your weekend, Anthony? Did you have a good weekend after all?
Binge watched a bunch of different shows. I
go.
watched so many shows I couldn't tell you the names of the shows anymore. So I've been watching the what do you call it, the Seven Kingdoms, the Games of the Thrones. Yeah. I've been watching that.
Sir Duncan, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Duncan
I read
Ball.
the book. Oh gosh, I read the book. It was great. It was really.
So I watched that.
Nice.
So that's pretty much my whole weekend. I really didn't do much. Today we dug out a car and my grandson stayed overnight. So we had an 18-month-old running around all night long. So, I mean, after he left, we passed out a little bit and then I'm on the show now. So if I don't have much energy, I know you ladies go talk a lot. So I can sit back and relax.
Yeah. How many Red Bulls tonight, Anthony?
No, I've been drinking these things. This is my third one right now.
Oh, those are good.
Yeah, my third one. I like the watermelon one. So
yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's
if I put this, can we use them as a sponsor or something?
Yeah, Celsius.
Can
you sponsor Anthony?
Every paranormal investigator needs to get through the night. No?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, that and a cannoli. That's what you need. A power drink and a cannoli. Yep.
All right, now we got to drink twice.
We got to drink. We got to drink before the show starts.
I'm on my 15th espresso, so everyone forgive me today. I'm a little wired.
Espresso.
Wired.
I think Kim's wanted by the FBI something, or maybe ISIS something, because she keeps on covering her face.
What you got? Water?
Agua.
Yeah.
Vodka? No one will know.
Yes. It's a glass
of
scotch.
Are you kidding me?
Vodka that big.
They would know.
If you had if that was full of vodka before the show's over, they would know.
Well, not only that, but I don't know how I could ever take a sip of either of those straight and not do like a like
the Kimm face. The let's not do that again face.
Let's not do that again. Let's not.
Let's not do that again. Yeah. Now you said cannolis. You're making us all.
Yeah. So I think we should start the show because.
Yeah, I agree.
What happened to me? I'm all blurry now.
Goodbye, Anthony.
Oh, well, karma's a beast, so.
Oh my goodness. Okay. As you I'm all blurry. Look, I take my glasses off and I can see myself clearly. Without my glasses, I can see myself. With my glasses all blurry.
Oh, this is wacky.
It's a crazy night.
Here by the minute.
I know. Is there any
hi, everyone.
Something coming over Earth, Kimm, that's causing all these reactions to the.
Well, no, not yet. But we are watching a hot spot on the sun right now that could be a huge solar storm coming in, but not yet. It hasn't exploded yet, so we'll keep watch.
Really?
No, I'm saying
So I mean, we got snowstorms, solar storms. Hey, what's that?
I
What's
know
next?
it's all related. It's all crazy up there right now.
We were talking about the doomsday clock on the way down to our location this weekend. But let's talk about that.
Yeah.
So we went somewhere together. It was supposed to be all three of us, which is miraculous. But Kimm and I were together with our friend Stacy.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a road trip down to
Yeah.
an amazing location that we're going to talk
Yeah.
about tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to go there because, I like those things too.
So today is our first repeat guest.
Yes.
These are our very first in 69 episodes. Our very first repeat guest.
Wasn't two of them on? This is like their third time on, isn't it?
No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because we had them on.
Yeah.
We had like our documentary chat because
Well, I don't count that.
friends
I mean, our
Yeah,
featured
Yeah,
guest.
yeah, and then there were. So this is like their third. They've been on the
All
show.
right.
more
So
than
they're
anyone
okay.
else.
So they're always on.
Yeah, so they
Okay.
made
they're
an
famous.
hosting T-shirt. Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
the gold star. Have it? They got their gold
All
star right
right.
now because their third appearance.
So they're our favorites. Let's just say that.
Okay.
Yeah. So we also have another repeat guest. Our first other repeat guest.
Yeah.
Come on, you guys. You know what I mean.
Repeat guest.
Yes. So Kimm, why don't you tell everyone where we went?
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I actually miraculously did not have to work this weekend because of the cold weather for the animals and the horses.
Yay.
So I had a free weekend, and who did I call up? My paranormal friends. I said, "Where are we going? Anything paranormal going on?" And they said, "Yes, we're going down to Convent Tattoo in Deptford, New Jersey for an investigation that our friends Gail and Kara were hosting. And Sophie is the building and the business owner and the gracious host of all of these haunted objects in this location."
Okay. So let's bring in
Yeah.
Gail and Kara and Sophia.
Hi guys, from 9 Lives Paranormal, we have Kara and Gail.
Hello.
And I want to just say that I want to talk about the Convent Tattoo and Body Piercing because it's America's most haunted tattoo studio, which is pretty cool. I agree. And
We concur.
and
Yes, we do
and they
concur.
featured it on TV as well. I wanted to mention for fans of Ghost Nation, it was featured on that show. So welcome back, Sophia Westcott.
Yeah.
Yay.
Thanks, guys. I'm glad to be here.
Thank
We
you
were
for
talking
being
before the
here.
show, and Sophia said, I asked her, "You at this tattoo parlor?" And she goes, "No, not by myself." So, we didn't want her to disappear. So she's on the show, at home, I guess, doing this. So
Yeah.
this is going to be a great show. And as of course, I'm supposed to be there, and like I said, circumstances prevent me from being there. It's the solar flares from the sun, like Kimm
Yeah,
put the solar flares. They
Yeah, sure.
interfered
Blame
with
the
me.
sun. Well, it
Yeah.
is technically the sun who's to blame, but it's not the sun.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Yeah, we'll say
So-
that.
fair. So
You guys had such a good weekend. So tell us some stuff that went on, or what? So Sophia, first of all, I know you've been on the show, but tell everybody a little bit about the convent, how it came about. We know because
Right.
but our new guest, because we've been getting new people on every week.
a
So you
lot.
want to show a little bit about the history of how you came about it and everything?
Sure. So we bought the building in 2014. Did not know it was haunted. It was an abandoned building, basically sat there vacant for about 3.5 years before I purchased it. The first week we started to do construction, we did start to have a lot of activity. I assumed just from watching ghost shows, when I was younger, that it was a lot of residual energy. So I said, all right, once we get everything done, it's going to quiet down and settle down a little bit. That didn't happen. And a lot of people don't know that I let the hauntings go on for about 4 years. Like I think I just told Jennie that the other night. I let them go on for about 4 years and I was ready to sell the building. That is how bad it was. A lot of poltergeist activity, shit was flying off the walls. Lots of slamming and opening of doors, footsteps. The customers started to get touched. So that's when I realized, uh-oh, like I think I have a problem here. I think I need help. So I found a local team and brought them in, and their first 5 minute, 5 minutes in the building when they started their investigation, they said, I can't believe it's so active in here. And I said, what does that mean? Like, I had no idea what that meant. And they were like, that means that this place is just charged. And I said, okay. And they said, hey, come investigate with us. We'll show you the ropes. I said, absolutely not. I'm going to sit behind this front counter. I'm going to go sit in my car. I don't want nothing to do about, with it. I said, I don't want anything to know about. Just tell me, how do I get rid of it? And they were really a great team. They helped us to actually coexist with the spirits there. So that was originally in 2014 before we were on Ghost Nation, before we had any haunted objects and artifacts. Like, I didn't even really kind of believe in them. I'd seen things on YouTube, but I was like, oh, really? Like an object's haunted? Like, okay, whatever. Until people started to send me thousands of them. And there are literally thousands of haunted objects, artifacts, pictures, dolls, rosary beads, crosses in the studio that I actually had to learn to work with. I had never really worked with a spirit like that before and communicated with them, and I had no idea what the hell I was doing.
Mhm.
So I researched a lot of different paranormal people that, I'd seen like little shows on, or, oh, they're working with some kind of an object. Maybe they can help me or teach me or show me what I should do to see if these things are even haunted. So I wound up learning from a lot of different people, like actually, like Seashell Blessing. She's one of my very close friends. Her name's Heather. I think I just saw her pop on here tonight. She's a fabulous medium and a fabulous spirit keeper, and she can talk to the dead like no other. Okay.
Nice.
She's helped me. Yeah. She has helped me so much in my journey of learning to work with the spirits. And actually on our other page, Satan's_Riot, you'll hear Heather, and I always give her props to working with some of the spirits when she comes and visit us from about 3 hours away in PA. Once I
Nice.
learned how to communicate with them, my life got a little easier. It didn't get as scary. It wasn't as dark. And now the funny thing is, I went from never allowing a negative/demonic entity into the studio to now that's kind of my passion. So now I work with the darker entities. I mean, very dark entities. And they'll tell you about some of the ones they got to meet that night. So now I work with the positives. I love my babies. They're great. They're so much fun, especially the kids. But if you made me pick between one or the other, it would always be the darker side, because I just find them a little bit more stronger, fascinating. And they're some of the most fascinating creatures, beings, spirits that I've ever gotten the honor of working with and learning to communicate with.
That's awesome.
Wow. And you have resident spirits too.
Yes. So we had the resident spirits before all of the haunted objects started to arrive.
Right.
The haunted objects did not come until about end of 2019.
Okay.
That's when we started to get boxed. After we were on Ghost Nation, like I was telling Jenny, I think what happened was, and I know Kara and Gail know too, I think that when people were stuck home with COVID, because Ghost Nation finished filming a week prior to the world shutting down. So now we were all stuck for 5 or 6 months without being able to go out of our houses and being stuck at home. My personal opinion is that people were finally home from the hustle and bustle of everyday life. So I think what happened was, grandma's doll just moved. Has that ever moved? They're hearing things, they're seeing things, they're hearing footsteps more because they're actually home in their houses. Well, most of the dolls that I originally had first received, dolls, haunted photographs, family photographs, rosary beads, crosses, a lot of handwritten notes came in the boxes that said, hey, I hope you don't mind. I saw your show. You're already haunted. I didn't think you would care.
One more. One more.
With
What
no
else is there
return
with them?
address.
Yeah, and there was no return. You're right. There was no return address. And I'm like, oh God, what do I do with this? Like, is this
It's
even
like
real?
gangs dropping off people at hospitals. Like, it's like really bad.
And I would come in some days and I would tell them my whole front door, and they've been to my front door now, were filled with boxes. And I'm like, I don't know what to do with this. Like, I was getting very worried because I'm like, oh my God, what if something comes that's negative? Like, I was already learning to coexist with the resident spirits, let alone now I'm bringing in other objects that I have no idea if they're haunted, if they're not haunted, what are they? What's their purpose? So it was a very big learning curve that I had to learn in a very quick way. But the resident spirits, you know, a lot of people ask, like, God, you're a weird tattoo shop for being open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Yeah, that's for a reason, because we used to be open much later. We used to be open at like 11 until like 8, 9 at night. Guess what? And they'll attest to it too. Around 5 o'clock, 5:30, that's the magic hour. They're the residents are the most active. They want their time. So what myself and the first team did was we figured out a way to coexist with them where they can have their space at a certain time of night, and myself, anybody who works there, the customers will have their space. And they're actually very respectful. I mean, don't get me wrong, they come out during the day and they like to tickle feet and try to steal people's wallets. And they come down the steps and they make noises and they close doors on people. And the customers have kind of learned to deal with that. I'm like, look, did they hurt you? No, they're not going to hurt you. They just want you to know that
Did
they're
you
there.
die?
Right, exactly. Right, exactly. So,
I'm not going to take this tattoo thing and stick it in your eyeball. No, I'm fine.
Right, exactly. So
We don't get possessed.
So we've learned to live with them. The resident spirits, which we like to call our big boys, even though there's females and males and kids, the big boys do come out to play more in the evening. That's their time. They know that, okay, they're shutting down at 5. Now we can do what we need to do, you know, to exist. The spirits that are housed in the dolls, inside the photos, oh, they're free reign. They're all day long. It doesn't matter. We kind of learn to, you know, to get used to it. And we tell the customers, like, sometimes when their bullet lights go off or their cat balls, they're like, oh my God. I'm like, yeah, it probably wants to communicate. So go over and talk to them, you know, and they get used to that. And they're like, oh, that is why I think in our studio, unlike most abandoned locations, we are so active, because we're there every day. We're not just going like on a weekend for an urban exploration. We are there with them every single day. And we're talking to them. We give them treats. We give them cookies. We give them cake, alcohol, cigarettes, whiskey, whatever.
Yeah, you definitely give an orphaning to make them. And that's true about the hours. All the tat parlors I've been to, they always open like 2 o'clock in the afternoon and go all night to like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning.
No, we can't do that.
Yeah, your hours, it's like that's you know, the place I've been to always been like they open at 2. You know, not close at 2. You know, you know, they open at 2. So yeah, that's interesting. And your resident spirits, do you charge them rent?
I wish, but I do ask them to pick up a broom occasionally, because I can't. It's a big shop to clean.
You know, so there's something on the floor. Come on, there's
I tell them all the time. So I think they find it funny, but like, yeah, okay, we're just gonna sit back and watch you do it.
Learn to push it. Come on, Casper.
The resident spirits, are they people who lived in the home? Just for everybody.
Yeah. So we definitely have 2 residents that we know of factually that were actually found from Ghost Nation through the Historical Society. One of them is Bertha. We've caught her multiple times on EVPs. She's extremely clear. You would think that it was one of us in the room. And she's very clear. I've actually posted them a few times on my other site. She's great. She usually hangs out in the basement, but again, she didn't die there. You know, I did some research. I went to the township. I've done my own research, but she comes back. So the first time we were there investigating, the first night you hear her in the basement, and they hear a woman say yes when they ask a certain question. They actually audibly heard that because they make note of it. They're like, oh my God, did you hear that? What did she say? She said, yeah. And then all of a sudden you hear an old woman say, I'm not moving. Just as clear as I just said that. They didn't hear that. They didn't make note of it. There were no older women in that group that night. The gentleman who runs that group was the one that was like, who said they were not moving? It doesn't sound like any of you guys. And they were like, that wasn't us. We didn't hear that. Well, that was the first EVP. And I said, oh my God, it's an older woman. Maybe that's Bertha, the original owner of the first part of the house, which was built in 1950. We went down there for a second investigation about a month later. We said, Bertha, you know, if that was you, like, we know you didn't pass away here. Like, why are you still here? Did you need something? She goes, I'm here to visit. So that shows you a lot of times people that had passed, even my own spirits. Like I can tell you right now, just from living with them for so long, a lot of my haunted objects, sometimes they leave for a few months and then they come back and they let me know when they're back, because then they get active. And I work with them. I say, where'd you go? Family, to go visit family. I had one say, I had things to do. It's like, really? Like, okay. And then the other one is Wilbert. Wilbert didn't necessarily die in that house. What he did, though, that was his family's lands. They were farmers. Wilbert's grave is actually right down the road from the studio.
Oh,
And
wow.
I actually had a medium call me one time and say, listen, I know this is going to sound crazy, but Wilbert wants you to visit his grave. And I'm like, honey, where am I supposed to find this grave at? Like, there's hundreds of graves in the area. She goes, he said you'll find it. Drive down and go past to a big orange sign. And I was like, a big orange sign? It wound up being a Home Depot sign. Well, there is a cemetery down the street where it's an old cemetery that used to have like a chapel on it, but the chapel is no longer there. And it's open. As soon as I walked in, I was like, oh my God, there's like, it's like a smaller one. It's like 300 graves. I said, how the hell am I supposed to find this guy? There's no charts or anything. It's just a very old cemetery. It's weird that night, it was a Sunday night. It was right around sunset. I'll never forget it. I said, man, Wilbert, I was like, well, I guess I'm just going to start walking and going through every grave. The wind blew from my right to my left. And for something told me I should start here. Don't you know, as soon as I walked, the very first grave was his.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So
That's also when they direct you right to their graves.
I mean, it was a
experience
direct.
that. It's so wild. And you know, and you just go right there and it's like, oh wow!
I couldn't believe it. I was floored. So I cleaned it off. I sat down on the grass with him for a few minutes and I talked and I said, well, I'm here. Thanks for watching the shop. Well, people have seen him physically, full body apparition. He looks like you or I. A lot of the customers have seen him. He walks the hallway. He is very protective of the building and me of some reason. I guess because I take care of his property. Very protective. We do have a bunch of other resident spirits, but we're still trying to pinpoint who they are, which is still making it difficult because we still get the same woman up in our upstairs kitchen all the time who we believe she was probably stabbed. Multiple investigators have gotten her and she comes through clear as day. She can be a little bit negative. I don't know if she's more of a neutral. I'm going to guess on the neutral side. But she still won't tell us her name. She says, my husband killed me. He comes through. So we don't know if it happened on that property. We're still trying to do investigations to see who we're dealing with.
Yeah.
And then we have another spirit that's very old, almost as old as like Mayan culture. She is also, for some reason, upstairs in the library. When Mary Jo was out, you can ask her about that experience. She goes, nope, I'm done. She was doing Estes.
Mary Jo loved that place.
Oh my God. Ask her about the woman in white. That's all you got to ask her. She'll remember. But she was dark, man. She goes, I thought she was going to attack me. And for Mary Jo, Mary Jo, she goes into anything. She's kind of like me. We're not afraid. And for her to get fearful like that, I was watching her live from home. I couldn't believe it. And she's like, I can't do this. She called me. She goes, dude, what the fuck do you have upstairs? I was like, I don't know.
Mary Jo. And she loves dolls. And that's all she does.
She does, yeah.
Her and Bill. That's what they go in and she goes in and that's what they do is, with the doll. Kimm's over there sweating dolls.
Kim's like,
yeah. Well, no, it's so, I'm so glad you mentioned those spirits, Sophia, because before I go to a location, I'll usually have like one or two, or depends on how many want to come to me or communicate with me or how they come to me. And actually, I mean, Jennie can attest to this. And I even mentioned it to Kara when I got there, saying that I saw a man, Willie, and I said Wilbur or Wilmer was his name, but it wasn't like William. It wasn't William. I knew it wasn't William, but there was another name with it. And he felt absolutely, like you said, associated with the land, associated with the property. He is like salt of the earth, worker. I think he died at work, middle-aged.
You said farmer. You actually said farmer.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe I think I did. There was another
He's
one.
Too
I
modest. You actually did say farmer.
But
in the car.
agreed,
farmer.
Sophia. He is so present there. He really is. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's interesting. Place like that, and plus now you got all the other guests that are brought in there because that's what they really are.
Yeah.
Now, if you ask Jennie, I'm not even considering myself a paranormal investigator. I'm a supernatural spectator because that's what we do. We spectate what's going on. It's not like we're hunting them. It's not like we're investigating, but we're spectators because we're in their world and they're giving us what they want to give us. We're not taking they're giving us what so we're spectators. So That's
Yeah, I
my
like
new
that.
phrase. I'm a supernatural
Yeah, I like
spectator.
it.
I like that.
You know, because I just
So,
sat back and said, you know, but
no, you're right. You're right.
uh,
You're right.
Kara and
So
Gail,
Kara and
how
Gail.
how did you meet? How did
Yeah,
you
I was.
come about to go to? You know, you guys got together and started going to the comic.
Well,
And if you don't know Karen Gill, maybe just a little bit about your 9 lives,
okay.
Yeah.
please.
Do you want to go
Okay.
first? So yeah, we're
If you
nine
live in a
lives.
cave and haven't seen them on our show 3 times,
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So we're Nine Lives
Welcome back.
Paranormal. We have been investigating separately forever. I'm from a little town in Missouri called Joplin, and I moved here a little over 5 years ago. And one of the first things Karen and I did together was go on an investigation to Minority Correctional Facility. And the more we went on these
Cool,
investigations,
right.
because we both had that in common, this love for the paranormal, the more we went on these investigations, we're like, this is awesome. Why couldn't we do this? And so we did. We're 9 lives because it seems like every location we go to, we see a ghost cat. So Kara came up with 9 Lives Paranormal. That's how we got our name.
That's awesome.
Yep.
So as far as meeting Miss Sophia, I think it was meant to be because we have some friends, Bill and Tanya, who have Empty Casket Paranormal, and they kept talking about this amazing
Yeah, they're
tattoo
good people.
parlor. Amazing tattoo parlor. I'm like, we got to check this out. I keep hearing about this. And then we were at, which Paracon was it?
We were at the CryptidCon.
CryptidCon.
Mhm.
And we have a friend named John who owns the
the
parlor
parlor.
in Keyport. And John came over to our table. We've never met him, but if you know John, he's never been a stranger. So he just started talking to us, and we struck up a conversation. And I had a new piece of equipment, and he goes, "Oh, come over here! I want to introduce you to somebody." And he introduced us to Sophia, and I said, "Here, take my piece of equipment and see what it does for you guys." And from that, this amazing friendship was born, and so here we are. And
Matter of fact, that's where I met you,
time.
Sophia. That same
Huh?
place. That's
The
where
what?
I met Sophia also.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's
You were
right,
there
we did.
too,
We were
right?
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I went up there, I said, "Oh, this is a cool table," and you didn't have my size in the shirt. I don't know why.
Yeah, the first time Kara and I went and
Yeah.
stepped through those doors, I've never experienced anything like that.
That's awesome.
Because, and plus, and I have to say, I'm so envious of Sophia's amazing collection of just everything you could
Stop.
possibly imagine.
Mhm.
And I'm the kind of person, I just want to go through and touch things. But we're always doing an investigation. Left to my own devices, I would just go through and pick up everything and look at it. I would be there for hours. It's amazing.
Oh,
So
yeah.
if you guys,
Yeah.
even if you guys, you want a piercing or a tattoo, or if you want to see the most amazing collection of oddities and haunted objects, that's the place to go.
it
Yeah,
really
Thank
is.
you. Thank you.
We walked in and we were like planning like our first event or whatever. We ended up staying there. Oh, I don't even know how long. I started doing an investigation upstairs. I came out with a piercing. It was like
No, it was about piercing.
we were there like
I
all
love
day.
it.
We were.
I gotta get some ink. Gotta
I
get some
know,
more ink.
that's right. I know.
Well, I was
Anthony's
in-
like, you're going to come
Yeah.
back with your first tattoo. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah, Jenny's got a tattoo on her neck.
there you go.
Yeah.
That's right. I
But
can
yeah,
see that.
I want to get the tattoo of the show, so I'm gonna talk to you
Oh,
somewhere on myself. We're
I
gonna
know- I know a
Jenny
lady.
and Kimm all gonna
Help
come
you.
in and get the same tattoo.
there you go. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. 3
Jenny's
for
like,
1.
no. Kimm's like, no.
I pass out. Me and needles don't get along. I just pass out.
No?
So it's
And you give
I
needles
never
all
knew
the time
that.
to the horses.
It's karma. I'll say it the second time tonight. Karma's a bee. Yeah, I can't. I know.
Karma's
I
at
know,
it
it's
tonight.
confusing.
Oh my
She's
God.
at it tonight.
I was going to say, you're a veterinarian. You have to give needles.
No,
You don't like
no,
getting
it's
needles.
karma.
Okay.
I know.
Gotcha. Anyway, so how many, so you guys have events there? Well, you had an event
So
there
what
last
did we have? We were up
weekend.
to now like what 4?
Mhm.
We've
Yeah.
been there.
That seems right.
Yeah, I think we've had 4 events there, and now
Nice.
we're collaborating on other ventures. So
Yeah.
because it's just such. When I tell you it's such an amazing place, and part of what not only makes it amazing is Sophie and the care of the spirits that are there,
Mhm.
but all the spirits they all have their unique personalities. So
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
kind of like, you go there and there's Sophie that works there and Deja works there and everybody else that works there. But then you've got hundreds of other people
Yeah.
Pretty
Coming in
much.
and out.
coming in and out at any given time, that literally, and when I say in and out, I mean in and out, It's,
Yeah.
so it's
And
like,
it's not tiny, but it's not,
No.
we're not talking about a hotel. Like sometimes you
Mhm.
investigate something like a hotel, a hospital, and you're going to have hundreds of personalities, but this is a small space for
Small
that
space,
many
yeah.
personalities.
right,
I mean,
right.
people
And-
must
and-
ask all the time, is it like a powder keg sometimes?
We do get that question a lot. And that was why we did what we did with changing up the floors. So now our basement area, like you guys got to see, it's absolutely gorgeous. We're so excited about it. That is where we house pretty much all of our negative demonic spirits.
Right.
The middle floor is where we pretty much do our work, the tattoos, the piercings, lobby, waiting area. That is housed with mostly, I would say, 87% positive and the rest neutral, along with our resident spirits. But our resident spirits are all throughout. Like I said, Bertha goes where she wants. She goes in the basement, she comes upstairs. It doesn't matter. Residents, they go wherever they want. They have free will at our studio. Upstairs, we house more resident spirits, along with a couple of dark entities that hang out in the back room. And a lot of the other haunted artifacts and objects, as well as in the kitchen where we have a lot of children that like to play in the bathroom. So we kind of separated it because I felt that the spirits, a lot of times too, when people don't work with haunted objects and artifacts, they don't understand. What I've learned to understand is that if you put a positive next to a negative, somebody's going to shut down. Either the positive will shut down or the negative. They do not want to be next to each other. And it's not fair to them. It would be like you sitting on the bus next to somebody you didn't like and we're like, oh my God, when am I going to get off this bus ride? So we did that purposely because we felt that all of the spirits needed their own space.
Mm-hmm.
They needed to make friends where they wanted, and they know that they can have free reign. They can go in the basement if they want. They can go upstairs if they want. They're not stuck to those floors. They just have to understand, look, this is your space with your own kinds, and if you want to venture out, go for it. So we did that in order to make it not a powder keg, but it was a powder keg getting to be when we were working on the basement, because all of those negatives and demonics were in that back room before going upstairs. And let me tell you something, the energy in there was nuts. I was like, okay, we got to hurry this up. This is not getting good. You could feel the pressure. You could feel the tenseness. You could hear my other spirits were having a fit. I was like, all right, it's got to get done. So that's why we did that, to actually help everybody.
That makes sense with the positive and negative. Being an electrician, we know all about that. You put positive and negative together, you're going to have a pop breaker, or you're just going to have a short. It's going to go out. So you cannot, even in real life, you put positive and negatives together, it's always something, nothing good that's going to come out of it. So it's better that you have separate spaces. But the negative ones, do you try to keep it? Do you put protection around them so they can't come upstairs or anything?
So we don't protect any of that because, like I said, I allow all of the spirits at the studio to be free. We do have rules though. Every single rule, same rules apply to every single spirit when they come in, whether they're positive, negative, it doesn't matter. That being said, there are a few in the basement that we do need to house in protection because they are pretty nasty and they can attest to them. They've met them. They might even show one tonight that's a new one. I won't mention his name yet, but he's new. Some of them do need, extra protection around them because they are just so strong and they're just so nasty and they can be very volatile. And I don't trust them enough yet, which I'll never usually trust them, but I don't know enough about them yet because I'm still in the process of working with them in order to say, okay, you know what? They settle down a little bit, or okay, they're going to be safe around other humans. Now, investigators, I have no problem with. I do get very nervous when people that are not investigators or it's their first time or they're newbies. I'm like, oh shit, here we go. So I tend to stay down there in order to protect them from what I know is down there. Other than that, though, we don't put protection spells because you know what? Again, I like them to be able to be themselves. I like them. And actually, I find sometimes the protection spells don't work. Not only that, they sometimes gain momentum when you try to put a spell on them and they're not going by that spell, because a spell can be anything that you put on it. It could be what is your faith, what is your religion, What did you use? Did you use holy water?
Right.
Did you use black salt? It doesn't matter. You never know what that one spirit particular is going to require. That's why I do no protection spells on them, because then it becomes a powder keg. And I've seen it happen. That's the only reason we do not pray in our building.
See, spells, you put protection spell, depending how strong the spirit is also, and how old the spirit is. The older the spirit is, the more powerful it gets. So you could be putting spells on stuff that, protection and something like that. But that spirit doesn't recognize that and says, get out of here. That's nothing to me. And they're going to do what they're going to do. The spirit for them you put the protection, they got to feel that this thing is going to affect them. Or if they feel they're strong enough that it's not going to affect them, they're going to be more powerful than ever. Some spirits, I've been on plenty of crossovers, you spirit crossovers, and they're gone for months and months. And all of a sudden, I get a call. They're back. And now you have to send the guy. It's like, and I always say it's like roaches. Some of them are like roaches. You spray your house, you have the house, eventually they're going to come back. Once all that starts, all that protection spells and everything starts wearing down, they're going to come back. So, you like that? I put the city, living in apartment buildings with roaches. It's experience. But, it's depending how strong the spirit is also. So, you guys want to get
the power of your word and intention is more powerful than any spell. Yeah. I mean, Sophia, you have a very strict, and you have to be because of the situation you're housing. You have your policy, and it's not like you're imposing it on them, but it's like an agreement. It's a it's a relationship with them. And so I think that goes way further than any kind of protection spell you put on them. So
what's the reaction of the public to Kara and Gail when you bring people in? What's their first reaction? It's such an unusual place. I mean, have you had any people like, whoa?
No, we haven't had anyone. Well, they're all like, whoa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're all like, whoa. But I haven't had anyone run out. If that, we haven't lost anybody yet.
Lost one.
You never know, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
Yeah, I mean, so nobody's run out. If anything, it's all positive because of the wonderful stuff that Sophia does, and because if you've ever done an investigation with Gail and I, we're very light, we're very respectful. We talk to the spirits, as if they're, well, they are, people. We talk to them, as though they were sitting right across from us, and everybody leaves usually with a positive experience and they want to come back. And it kind of, even though, you say, oh, she's got the demons and the negative energy, it kind of demystifies it for a lot of people.
That's a good way to put it.
And, it gives them a new perspective, because especially now with the media and the way they're just like, it's a demon, well, it's a demon, but it's a negative energy, but, here's, this, let's approach it from this perspective. Let's not go in all aggressive, and, let's kind of be humble about it and say, we understand your space. You have to understand our space. And there's the boundary, and that's, basically how we relate to, going there. And because of that, people will come back.
We have a lot of repeat, people who want to keep coming back and doing investigations for this particular one. I think we have the most repeat people on this particular one.
Yeah.
Because there's there's so much to see. You never know what you're going to get, and it's always a positive experience. It's even though you might be dealing with darker entities, you come away, it really gives you something to think about.
Right. And and Sophie, can attest. It's like, we set the boundary ourselves with the guests. Like, if it's in an enclosure, don't open the enclosure. There's a reason you know, we all want everybody to go home, you know, and have a good time. So, you know, please, the same way we're asking the entities to respect you, you need to respect them. And these things are in place for a reason. And please don't violate their space, you know. And oh, are you waving or are you telling me to be quiet? Stop.
No,
Kim. Was it a
Adam,
this?
Adam,
She's our greeter.
no. He's waving to Adam. Adam got here,
Stop.
so he was just waving to Adam.
Yeah.
Stop. It's gonna be behind you. Stop.
Yeah, and so now it's like, you know, when we go to Sophie's, you know, and I tell people, you know, oh, we're going to be at Sophie's, it's like, you're going to Sophie's, you know. And so
Yeah.
you know, because people want to be able to interact with the paranormal and with some things that are a little bit darker, you
Yeah.
know, and learn about them,
Mhm.
you know, in a safe environment, you know.
Right.
Mhm.
So
That sounds like. I mean, like I said, I'm sorry I missed the place.
Yeah. Well,
Jenny put
we have
some.
lots of pictures. We have
Yeah.
lots of video tonight. I was going to say, do you want to show some pictures of the place? We've been talking about it, but let
Yeah.
people see it a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this
Good.
is a picture I took on the way out, the full moon. It was a full
That's
moon
a good pick.
that next day. This is part of it. I did lose a lot of, I think I told everybody I lost a lot of pictures and video. I don't want to talk about it, but luckily I was wearing my body camera that night. So I had lots to show. I have some pictures. So this is what we're talking
Chucky.
about. We're talking about
I like
dolls.
Chucky there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
there's
is just
Chucky.
one shelf. I think this would represent maybe 1% of the population.
Yeah,
that sounds about right.
Yeah. Well, Jenny
Yeah,
took a
that's-
bunch of
there you
more. There you
go.
go.
Like a 0.5%.
That's even 1% right there.
Yeah.
Right?
How do
the
you do?
volume.
There's a bunch of stuff up there too.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of
These are the
things.
pictures I salvaged, but I oh sorry, I did have some good ones there.
I like the possum head.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
So
Can you believe
much.
I went to a place with this many dolls? I did it, Anthony. I did it.
Yes, I'm proud of you. I'm very proud of you.
Thanks.
I know. I still think maybe it was like a body snatchers kind of thing. That wasn't really Kimm. Yeah, there's a lot here. Oh, I see. I love that.
On shelves.
I even like the artwork there. That's
Yeah.
that's still haunted too.
Yeah.
Is that
So,
a mirror
yeah.
behind that? Is that a mirror behind that shelf?
The one with the gold frame?
Yeah.
No, that's actually covering a piece that I won for at a tattoo convention for best art back in Reno. And it's actually a zombie girl eating bunny brains. But of course the shelf but of course the
Nice.
shelf is there right now and you can't see her, but she's fucking badass. Like she's really cool.
That was his second guess. It was either, a mirror or a
Yeah.
zombie
Mirror
girl eating
or-
bunny
Yeah,
brains.
zombie girl. That definitely was the one. Zombie girl eating brains. It was great.
I
Yeah.
love it. So this is Anthony's favorite.
Yeah.
Casey.
Casey.
We believe his name is Jim.
Okay.
Jim. Okay.
Even
I
the eyes
actually
look
have
real on
footage
that
that I will
thing.
be, I have footage of him that I'll be putting up after I finish off this 20 session reel that I'm posting. I think we're on like number 12 tonight to show the story of working with the one that they're going to talk about, which I won't bring his name up yet. But we did work with Jim. I was with Chris Mendez. And this guy gave us a lot of information. He's a character, that's for sure, but he's definitely
Chris?
negative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks so real.
He does. Actually, his eyes, people on lives have seen his eyes move. And when he's feeding off of energies, his eyes will turn bloodshot red.
Really?
It's creepy. Many people have seen it on the lives. And it's that's when you know he's starting to really get amped up. He did make
Looking
the
at
poor
this
kid
picture,
sick.
it looks like somebody in a costume.
It does. The sculptor was phenomenal. He had him for about 10 years. That statue right there is signed by Gacy's lawyer, Gacy's best friend, and the detective that went into the crawl space. Of course, it's not signed by Gacy because Gacy had passed at the time. My thoughts were, the sculptor had this doll and he called me. He goes, look, I've had it for 10 years. I love this thing. It was one of my first, masterpieces. He goes, I can't keep it. My cats are starting to act really weird near it. He says, my wife is passing it going, there's something wrong with this. And they both love it. They actually collect murderabilia as well. And he goes, I can't keep this thing in my house, I don't think. So he brought it to me and I was like, oh, he'll just be a cool showpiece in the basement. I'll work with it, see if anything got attached to it. Because he would take it to horror cons and different shows when he would place it up with his stuff. So something definitely attached. And I did ask it. I said, did you just recently attach to this? And he did say yes.
Is there a real skull in there or something?
No, that's just the way he sculpted it, but it is life size. And the costume matches
Wow.
the Gacy with the 33 stripes. If any of you don't know, 33 stripes were his victims. So every time you saw Gacy or the Pogo the Clown paintings, we have a few in the shop from Gacy himself that are originals. 33 stripes were his 33 victims.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, but those eyes, they look like glass, like if you
Yes,
get a
they
glass
do.
eye.
Yes,
look
they
like,
do.
like
Something
a real eye.
that's why I'm asking. There's a skull or something in there because
No,
those look like eyes they put in those like taxidermy
They are
heads that they hang on the wall, deers and stuff.
and his teeth are pretty
Right.
gross too.
Yeah, yeah. It
Yeah.
looks so real. Like
Choice
you
for
real.
his
I don't know.
first
You turn
creation.
around every time you walk down there, like someone's right there. Like it just
Yeah, I know.
seems
I
like
can imagine.
Well, I originally put him down there as a jump
Yeah.
scare because we don't jump scare in that
yeah,
shop.
no,
We're not like a
it's
haunted
a beautiful
house.
piece.
But he's
It's
he's
absolutely
gorgeous and
beautiful.
he's a perfect addition and he's inhabited. So all right,
I didn't.
305.
I didn't
Okay,
see
I
him
know
at
it's
all.
creepy. When you guys get here from Miami, you'll have to come meet him.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, you have to go. Oh,
Yeah.
they have to go. It's one of a kind. Yeah.
Where is this one in the shop? I don't remember seeing
In the
it.
basement.
On the bottom floor, on the
Yeah,
basement.
in the corner.
Yeah.
Nope.
I don't know how you
Didn't
miss
see
him.
You just
Wow.
missed it completely. I mean, it's like
Wow.
okay.
Oh.
Well, there's a lot
Remember
to
where
look
the
at.
goats
So
are? If you're looking
there
at
is a
the
lot to
goats,
look
it's
at.
straight ahead.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
So let's see
I
what else we
was
got here.
very focused on the goats. Yeah, I was very focused on the goats.
It
Yeah.
looks wild. This
This
was
is
that
the
tipping
basement.
table.
That's the seance table that Bill and Tanya from Empty Casket Paranormal donated to the studio
Okay.
because they thought that it was great for us to have a seance table. And we did actually put a portal mirror above it so that this way it's directly.
It's gorgeous.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's wild. That's a
it is
great
really
That's my
idea.
favorite thing in the
Mhm.
whole place
Yeah.
is that mirror. I
Yeah.
love it. I
A
love it.
portal mirror
Love it.
above a seance table is a really that's a great idea.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
they're so great.
I
Yeah.
mean,
They did
that
a
might have been in
live
the past.
report
People
on
have done
that.
that, but it's the first time I'm seeing it.
Isn't it
Actually,
beautiful? Oh,
the design of that came from our friends at the parlor, John and his wonderful partner, Rick, who helped me design a lot of the darkness down there and gave me mock-ups, and they were so excited to help. So thank you, Rick, if you're watching, for giving
Yeah.
us that idea because it came out phenomenal.
Great,
Yeah, it
great,
really did.
great job, Rick.
stunning.
Wow.
Stunning. All right,
You know-
let's go through. I think this is this is actually where you work a little bit.
This is Kimm running out.
Hey, I did have to leave at one point. I did have to excuse myself at one point, which is fine. And so, yeah, that did happen.
That's funny. Kim's like, no thanks. No, she's
Okay.
right there. Yeah, I have a lot of pictures from this floor where you work, but I have Kara.
Yes.
There you are.
There
and this
I
is the
am.
second floor.
Karen,
Sitting-
can you explain anything that you seen that was going on there? Anything happening, or just a picture?
Oh, there was a lot happening. I don't know.
I
do you
have
pictures
video
of it?
of it.
Okay,
Yep.
let's
I have video.
see.
We have video of it, but this will give you a clue.
Okay.
There you go.
All right.
So yeah, this is down the basement.
Yes,
And this is Peekaboo Paranormal, who are going to be on our show as well. But so we're going to talk more about the convent and again. But yeah, this is them downstairs in the basement at one point. But we had a lot of SLS activity, as you can see right here. That was what Kara was working on right there. And Kimm was next to it. But we have
Yep.
video, so we'll talk about that. I just want to go through a little bit, just show the place a little bit. See what else I have here. If I can find it. Oh, there's Kara. I just wanted to show you like what it looks like with all the dolls.
Towers
That's
of dolls.
literally
On the
what
SLS, you were getting a lot of stuff on the SLS there.
we
Oh
were.
God, yes. It lasted for at least
Hmm.
what would you say,
Yeah.
like 10, 15 minutes, more than that.
Oh,
maybe
God,
15,
yeah.
20 minutes.
20 minutes? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you'll hear me in the video say, I've never seen anything. I mean, it was the most unbelievable SLS footage. I had
And there's
seen.
Kimm
But
in the
that's
background, her
literally
book.
what it looks like with us investigating. I just wanted to show that. Like that's where we were.
Kimm was in the
And now
background
this
there with
is
her
the
book and
basement.
a bunch of pictures.
Yep.
We would be with her back to the dolls.
Yep. This is the basement again. If Sophie want to talk about this mask.
Yeah, a lot of those masks that are on that wall are basically masks from all over the world, from different tribes. Some of them have trapped spirits into them, and some of them use them as protections against other spirits. You know, if you do some research on tribes and their culture, these masks are very negative. They are housing very, very, very negative, extreme, heavy energies. So we just thought it'd be nice to give them a place of their own on a wall by themselves. But they are from all over. Some of them are from South Africa, Papua New Guinea. That one is Papua New Guinea right there, the large one. Yeah, they've basically come from all over, and they've come from collectors who have housed them for almost 30 to 40 years.
Yeah, a mask are crazy because I did an investigation over here by Kennedy Airport, and these people had a mask, but we didn't know he had a mask. He was complaining about all this activity going on in his house. So we left cameras there overnight and everything. The cameras were shut off, spun around. It was crazy. Everything moved. So we did just a dowsing rod thing, and it's like, where's the spirit, of this house? What's going on? And it led us to a closet. And in the closet, they had one of those tribal masks. And we actually put, the K2 to it and a millimeter, and it was reading off energy on a mask, wooden mask. So we told the guy, that's where the activity's coming. You should get rid of it. But he goes, no, we're going to keep it. So, well, nothing more we could do then,
Yeah.
But these masks could really.
Yeah, be careful what you bring home.
Yeah.
I mean, they're stunning, though. I mean, each one of them, that was one of my favorite things. They're beautiful.
Nice tribute to them.
Yeah,
nice
I love
it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I know. I love how you feature the objects. You really honor the objects.
Which is good.
Yeah. See what else we got.
More dolls.
Next. Oh, yeah, more dolls.
Hey, up on the top there is a Mahoney doll.
Multiple.
What's that?
The doll on the top there is Mahoney. That used to be from the 1960s.
Oh my God.
There was a show, Mahoney. It was a guy he used to sit there and have a Mahoney doll and a knucklehead doll. And so it was a show.
Oh, okay.
The show
like ventriloquist?
Yeah, it was like that.
Well, and one of the things about this picture is the labels. Like, so one of you maybe talk about the labels that are on each doll?
Go ahead.
Yes. All right. So if a spirit keeper or a family member or something like that sends us an object, many times there are handwritten notes, like I explained earlier. If they have a name or if it's a name that somebody was calling it, we respect that and we tag them because there's too many to remember. So if they come with some sort of a name or story or from another spirit keeper, we make sure to honor the spirit and make sure to tag them because we would never remember all of their names. Now, ones that don't have tags, it's because they haven't given us their name and we've tried multiple times. So if they have a name, we try to tag them right away as soon as they come into the studio because if not, we would forget ourselves.
Yeah, that's interesting. You show a lot of respect to these objects, so that is good too because that won't bring his negativity out if you respect them. It's like what you're doing, which it's very well organized and.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the
And look at the skulls.
That skull in there, is that a tribal skull with carvings
yes, it
on
is.
it?
Yep, it is a Tibetan Kapala. We have, I think that's our third one that we have now. That one was originally made for protection. So it actually has demons and snakes actually inlaid, embedded and carved into it.
Yeah.
And that one was to protect families from negative entities. The reason that I put that skull down there was because I was hoping to harmonize the energies down there so that possibly everybody would kind of keep more of a neutral feel, around everybody. So that case actually is housing some of the heaviest energies that we have in there. I'm not going to say the most volatile and I'm not going to say the most dangerous, but heaviest energies are in that case. Demonic Ouija boards that have never been closed, very strong. You know, so that's why we wanted to house them, just to protect those objects, because a lot of them are smaller, but they're some of the mightiest.
And that monster can up there is what
That's
possesses
not
that?
mine. That must have been somebody's.
What possesses that can? Is that one of the cans they donated? Want the monster drink?
Not mine. I wouldn't have put it on the case. I wouldn't have done that.
Exactly, but
Yeah.
some people aren't thinking
Anyway.
when they're down there.
Yeah, it's all good. Anyway, so those are some of the pictures that I retrieved after
Nice.
losing a lot. Oh, so many of my good ones, but at least that gives you guys an idea of like
Mhm.
how, like when we say a lot, like that picture of Kara, you are surrounded. I love that picture of you. Like you're on the
Yeah.
floor surrounded. Every inch is covered. And you don't just have objects and dolls. I mean, you have like you said, you have human remains, you have animal remains, you have taxidermy.
Mhm.
What
Yeah,
else?
we have,
Do you have
oh God, the 9, well, besides the 9 human skeletons, which they're our favorites. You know, I
9
just love
human
those.
skeletons? Yeah.
9 human skeletons, multiple real human skulls. But we also have a lot of haunted photos. And pretty much all of the crosses, when you walk into the basement, people don't know this. They just think they were for decor. All of the crosses, when you start to walk down before you get to the lower landing, they're all haunted and they're all negative. So we put them there because I felt that that would be a special place for them, that they could feel like they're a part of the basement, but also so that they were staying away from the positives upstairs.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
that's interesting how everything is. You know, I like the way the play. Like I said, I'm sorry I didn't go, but you know, maybe I'll make it down there during the week sometime. Show up and get some ink, and then walk around. You know, I got to do that sometime. But
Yeah.
Jenny has a bunch of also videos.
Yeah.
You guys. I mean, you guys can comment on her videos also. You know, you guys are there.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
because
we
I don't
can
want to run out of time. We're almost 9:00. We got like an hour left. Let's get the
I
video.
know, and I really want to focus because I know you've been here before. I really want to focus on the new stuff, right? Like what's going on in the basement, right? Your
Right.
new friend. You know, that's something new to talk about. And we spent a lot of time on that, right? When we were
Mhm.
there.
He'll keep on
Um,
going.
But I want to start upstairs, I think, because we really did have a super interesting time with Kimm. I don't know. You want to talk about what happened with you sitting on the floor and the energy that we
Well, I don't
experienced
know if
there?
I would be a very good person to talk about it because I didn't actually see what was happening other than what I was feeling
Fair.
myself. But I actually
Fair.
never even saw the SLS because it was on me the whole time. But
Yeah.
I mean, I was sitting down and connecting in, and what felt like an entity came to my left, and it was I didn't see it on the screen, but you guys confirmed that something was showing up on the left, and then we started to interact with it. So when we have the SLS, we start kind of seeing if the entity will start beginning to interact with you. Just also, it can kind of help to be like, is that me? Is that them? Like, where are we at here on the SLS? Because it can have a lot of false readings. So
Yeah.
started to interact with it. Then it started to get closer to me, snuggling in.
Yeah.
And then we had another entity come in on the other side at another point. So yeah, it was really interesting.
Yeah, Kara was operating, and if you want to add anything there.
Sure. So,
And I have the video of it that will show after.
So basically, we were doing the SLS, and a figure appeared next to Kimm on her left, and we started. It was there for at least 20 minutes, and we started to interact with it. Meaning, could you hold Kimm's hand, and it would. Could you, sit down, and it did. You could see its legs start to bend. And it started moving its hand, excuse me, up Kimm's arm, and just Kimm would say, "I'm starting to feel tingly up on my bicep," and that's exactly where on the camera that it was touching,
That's
and
cool.
things were just they were very on point. Then Jenny goes, "Well, I want to go sit over there." So she goes and sit over there,
Yeah.
and it actually started to creep up against against
Squish
Kimm.
between us. It was
squished
so
between
funny.
it, and it started to move over closer and closer and closer to Kimm.
Yeah, like I was scary.
Yeah, and yeah,
Yeah.
like it didn't.
Get away
they
from
were-
her. Let's get
Yeah,
the
like
next Kimm.
and you know, and
Ooh,
then
you got the cooties.
Well, you know me,
Right.
I'm like, let's see what happens if. That's what I start every sentence with. Let's see what happens if I sit next to it.
yeah,
So
and
after
then
a while, I thought, let's try it out, and it worked. Like it's scrunched up next to Kimm.
yeah,
Well-
and then it was like, oh, okay, and then we started to be like, okay, well, rather than use like the EMF detector or some of the devices for yes or no, we were like, well, can you raise your hands if it's yes? Can you
Yeah.
if you say yes, could you raise your hands? And we started getting some responses that like they were, yeah, oh, hands are up. We were like, ask another one.
Like
Hooray!
raise both hands. Like everything we said,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah, everything we
exactly.
asked.
It was
That's
wild.
it blew
I've
me away. Blew me away.
never had that for that long
Yeah.
on an SLS. Like
No.
we didn't need any other kind of communication. Like we were literally having a conversation through the SLS, through the movements. It was incredible.
Yep.
Yeah,
But,
I've never had that happen either.
We talked a lot about negative and positive and neutral. And I was like, I didn't really feel that this was a negative entity. I didn't really feel any of that kind of bad vibe with it.
No.
Some people are like, oh, don't let it get close to you. But I have felt that where they're trying to come into you or on you, where they'll be behind you. And this was literally just it, like you said, Sophie, like kind of neutral. It felt pretty neutral. It was just interacting, curious, being there. Sometimes on the SLS, they'll show up as like kind of twitchy. And like from what your descriptions were, this one just looked chill. Like it was just kind of there.
Yeah.
Maybe. I didn't see it. I haven't seen it, so I'm excited.
Well, you're about to see it right now. Well, guess what?
Tonight, featuring,
Let's do it.
premiering.
So, as usual, StreamYard, you're going to want to turn it up if you want to hear it, but this is mostly a visual video. So, we have
good
two
point.
videos of this. So, here's the first one. Let's go.
Figures on my left. Yeah.
Yes.
Standing. Yes. Tall. Yes. Is that Michael? He feels a little religious. I also want to say farmer. Could be. Come over here and see this. Friendly.
Okay.
Are you friendlies?
You feel? Yeah.
The gray.
Yeah.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Do you want to sit down next to Kimm?
I'm not feeling him super friendly, but I am starting to get him. Is he coming closer to me? Because I feel like the energy's a little closer.
Yeah. He's coming. Yeah, he's
I
coming.
just said sit down. Look at the legs folding.
Yeah. Can you use what Gail has to identify yourself so we know what to call you?
Yeah, come over here and touch this tablet. And speak slowly and clearly. We can hear you.
It looks like. So at the end, you can see it start to reach out a little bit. And in the next video, we have it continued. But I just wanted to show like where, set us up a little bit there. So that's where Kimm was sitting next to it. Kimm was to the left. Yeah, you were to the facing you. Well, Kimm facing you. Kimm was to the left, and this figure was to the right. So it was on your left.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct.
So we started to see, like when I said sit down, the legs kind of bent, and you were sitting cross-legged on the floor, and it looked like it went like this, the legs, right? And then you see at the end it reach up a little bit, and at this point, with this next video, we start to really use it. Like, hey, can you touch her here? Can you touch her here? Can you lift it? So if you guys want to see it, let's see it. Unless you have anything to add,
No,
here we go.
And weeping, crying. This does feel like a man.
Like you're reassuring him, comforting him.
Are
I
you?
think we're all comforting him though. Has he been here before?
Ooh, what was that?
My grandpa.
Your grandpa go?
Have you been here before?
Signs of troubles.
Is that what it said?
I have a necrometer on too.
Oh wow.
If I bring my hand up, can you touch it up top here too?
Yes.
Oh,
God,
totally.
it's totally going up.
Oh my god. Are you nearing me right now?
Look at that.
Can you see? Yeah. Wow.
No, you're not. I want you to see.
Wow, like matching your hand.
Yeah, like it's
Reached up to match your hand. I've never seen anything like it.
I'm gonna put my hand down now. It's following you.
Yep, coming down.
Oh, look at that. I think he likes you. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
That's it.
You-
Can you play that again? Because I thought I heard,
Yeah.
as you asked the question, I thought I heard something. I go, like a
Really?
like something. Can you play
Okay.
one more time? I thought I heard a disembodied voice.
But you can see, like, sorry, it's my body cam, so it's not like me steady on it. I apologize for that. It's just my body camera that I'm wearing, but luckily I caught it. But you can see like the hand go down, and if you see Kim sort of orange, Kara, she's sort of like the orange. You can almost see
Yes.
her arm.
Yeah, right.
So
can
you
really-
can see it match up to her arm exactly. Like it, not like this close, but like exactly, like holding her hand that whole time. It's unbelievable if you look. So at the end, especially.
And then when I moved,
and-
you could see me move my hand up in the video. You can
Yeah.
actually see me move my hand up, and that's when he started to touch my
Yeah.
hand up there, which was
Yeah.
that was
At the very
crazy.
end, you can really
Yeah.
see it. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, and it's like
Yeah.
what also is incredible about it is that she's moving her hand very slowly, and the entity is also matching the same speed and gradient. You know, it's like they're moving in unison. So it's not usually when you see the SLS figures, they're kind of like jumpy and all that, you know, whatever.
Yeah, like-
But
Yeah.
they're very like frenetic. But she's moving her hand
Yeah.
down very slowly, and it's just following the same
Yeah.
way, just going down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that was
incredible.
interesting.
Incredible.
You're right, because as
Yeah.
you can see the hand going down, you can see it going down onto her arm,
Right.
going
Yeah.
by her elbow, by the bend of the arm. So
Right.
it was like still trying to be attached to her somehow.
Mhm.
Well, Kim, after that, did you feel energy drop on you? Did you feel your energy was a little less
No.
at that time? No,
No.
'Cause sometimes they do that to train. So this one didn't want to
No,
train you.
so and no,
It's
'cause I know
obviously
what you're
required.
talking about. No, I know what you're talking about, Anthony, and that's what I said. That some of them try and come in, or like when they're touching you, it's a different feeling, and like this was totally just not that. It was just,
Yeah.
and it was like pure interaction. It was like, I don't know. It's interesting because I felt that when they're like trying to use you, or like they kind of envelop or like go in. I mean, I also have pretty strong boundaries when it comes to that kind of stuff as well, where that's really not allowed.
Yeah.
But
That was,
this
that
one
was
just
footage.
really felt neutral. Interesting.
Mm.
I mean, he had like emotions with him, but it wasn't like he was taking anything from me.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
I didn't
So that
feel
means
it.
it was just being affectionate, just wanted to, maybe just a touch of a human body. Or
Yeah,
something,
yeah, yeah.
It could be a man or a woman. Doesn't matter what it could be. It's
Yeah.
just
I mean, I
something.
felt like it was a man, but
Yeah, that's where you said farmer.
Why
But you didn't know.
a man when they,
Definitely.
when they touch women. Eh?
what?
You always
That's
get
what
the
you said,
bad- you always
farmer.
get the bad raps.
Yeah.
That's
Forget
very
it.
innocent.
I'm a boomer, so that's why I say. So
Oh
listen,
my god. Anyway,
You got-
that
you
was
got more
really
footage.
cool.
Let's
It
watch
was
it again.
funny.
Anthony wanted to watch it again. So
Yeah.
yeah, I want to hear right before you start talking.
we're
I thought I
listening.
heard like a little hum.
Okay.
It could be through a lot of us in the room. So
I
it was
know, but I don't think it was somebody in the room. I mean,
right.
well,
might be
I
wrong.
will say
'Cause
a
it was
couple times
I
during the
just heard
night
it
I
once.
heard no, remember what did I hear upstairs? A growl.
Oh, we heard a growl, and then I said, "Was I the only one that heard that breath? What they saying? Was it the cough or something? Was I the only one that heard that cough? I can't believe I'm the only one
It
that
was
heard that
next to
cough."
me in the corner. It was like,
Yeah.
we're like, okay.
No, I didn't hear any growling.
As soon as we got there. Okay, let's show it again, and then we will have another piece of evidence from up here, and then go move to the basement. We have a lot more to
Great.
see, so here we go.
Yeah.
And weeping, crying. This does feel like a man.
Like you're reassuring him, comforting him.
Are you? I think we're all comforting him though. Has he been here before? Ooh, what was that?
My REM pod.
Your REM pod got off? Have you been here before?
Signs of troubles.
Is that what it said? I have a necrometer on too.
Oh, wow.
If I bring my hand up, can you touch it up top here too?
Yes.
Oh,
God,
totally.
it's totally going up.
Oh my God. Are you nearing me right now?
Look at that.
Can you see? Okay. Yeah. Wow.
No, you're not. I want you to see.
Wow, like matching your hand.
Yeah, like it's
Reached up to match your hand. I've never seen anything like it.
I'm gonna put my hand down now.
It's following you.
Yep, coming down.
Oh, look at that.
I think he likes you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I heard it again, and I
That's-
heard then afterwards too was like a minute and change. I heard, "You can't see me."
Really?
Wow.
I heard at the beginning. It's more towards the beginning before you start talking. As you're talking here, and then as you're going into it, it's like a minute. I didn't get the exact number, and I heard because he was getting close to you, and I heard, "You can't see me."
I wonder if he hears
Very
things.
very low, and it sounded like a young girl or something. You can't see me.
Okay.
Mary Beth says she heard a whisper, but it might be from one of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did have a lot of people in the room.
Well,
But
it's
I'm-
interesting, Anthony, that you mentioned a little girl, because we do feel like that was the other spirit that we were communicating with up there. That was not this man on my left. There was another
Yeah.
one that was up on my right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we got mother like 5 times on every different piece of equipment. It wasn't just one a piece of equipment, like totally
Yeah.
different things, like the Uno, right? Like an obelisk type thing, or like a, whatever, people's phones on whatever. It was all saying mother, mother, mother.
Yeah, like I said, I heard "You can't see me," but very very low.
I'll listen. I'll listen again, because typically you know me, guys. I hear that
Yeah.
stuff.
It was like a minute two, something like that into it.
Okay.
What was it?
Well,
Was that
anyway,
good?
you can see Kim's
What was
orange
it?
arm, and you can see that thing go right. I mean, exactly with it. And we said, put both hands up. Both hands went up. It was right on the money. So
Mhm.
pretty cool, Sophie. Pretty cool.
Good.
Have you had a lot of people have that?
Oh, we catch some figures. I'll tell you, it's crazy, and a lot of, again, very clear EVPs up in that room.
Yeah. Well, that's
And
what
that
we're
was
gonna do
actually that was the first room that it all started.
Really?
The library. That's where all of the activity for me anyway started before I realized the whole building was active.
Yeah, that's
So-
interesting.
I have another video from up there that I wrestled with, and Kim and I wrestled with for hours. We wrestled a lot with this because this is an EVP, and it's so clear that we were like, nah, like we just didn't believe it. Those EVPs, like you say, that are just so clear that you just have to really question yourself. So I zoomed in on everybody's face, and I made sure nobody was talking, kind of thing. And then I remembered I put out 2 digital recorders. So I went back and listened to both of them, and this doesn't appear on those recordings. Everybody else talking around it before and after, but this doesn't appear. And then I was really intrigued. So, the jury's out, but I think this is a good one. We have 2 people in the back left, and one of the girls waves. Right? Like waves, you'll see like her arm go up and she waves, puts it down, and then's just staring forward. And about 4 seconds later, you hear, hi. And we thought it was her, like, hi. But then I realized she waves, then she stops. And then she looks forward, and then it says hi. Almost like response, right? Like, oh, hi. Someone's saying hi back, kind of thing. So take a look, see what you think, and take a listen. It's right in the middle of it.
No. It's 10:20. No, it's, what is it? Oh. That one is a field, though.
What do we think?
Play it again.
Very clearly hear hi.
It
Yeah.
sounds too
Yeah.
far away.
It sounds
for it
like
to
it's
be
off in
somebody
the
room.
distance. Yeah.
That's why I flagged it. And it's funny.
Yeah.
I
Throwing its voice.
I
yeah.
if you do this, like it's funny because I just sort of like nonchalantly watched it, but I went because I think you get attuned to that kind of sound, right? Like
Yeah.
I don't know why I flagged it in the first place.
They sound like a little metallic almost, like they're
Yes.
kind of
Yeah.
monotone and they're a little metallic almost when it's
Yeah.
like an EVP. And I agree, Jenny, that definitely it has the sound of an EVP. We just needed to figure out if the girl who was waving said hi as she was waving.
Well,
Yeah.
I
Makes
actually
sense.
asked them today because I sent it to them and I said, hey,
Thank you.
did any of you guys say hello? And they said, when? And I said,
Oh, okay.
when you guys were upstairs, because I sent them up there to learn because they're newer employees. So I wanted them to know what it's like to do investigations. And I want them to learn from different investigators besides just myself. And I said, who said hi? They said, hi. Like they kind of like looked at me like, what are you talking about? It was 10:30 at night. Who are we saying hi to? Everybody was there. And I was
I
like,
don't know.
uh-huh.
I don't know who she's
And that's what I
waving
said.
to.
And they were waving to Kay. So we have they told me, they said, hey, so if we saw Kay standing behind us when they were doing their EVP session and when they were doing the SLS. And I said, okay. I said, were you having any issues with him? Did you guys start to get sick? Because Kay will make somebody very sick if he does not like your energy. And the girls were actually kind of freaked out. They didn't want to say anything to you guys. And I said, you should have said something at that time. I said, because they could have maybe thrown the SLS in that back corner. But they told me, they said he was very big because they were standing. They said it started to get cold behind us. And they said we were literally like, they actually looked back. And then that was Deja, she went, and she gets scared. She won't talk when she's scared. And you can ask Karen Gale, they've been with her before. She gets scared and she just kind of shuts down.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I said to her, I
Yeah.
said, well, who were you waving at? She goes, Kay. I wanted to let him know that I wasn't there to like mess with his space. And I said, did you say hi? She goes, hell no, I was too afraid. I was shaking.
Yeah. And
I
that's
was like,
what
I
it
didn't
looks
think
like.
it does not sound like her. And you're right, it
No.
does sound way further away. I think you would have heard them in that room because you can hear Jennie speaking clear as day, and it's
Yeah.
right up front. So
Yeah, and they weren't next to me, and I feel like it was quite loud.
it's a
felt like
weird,
next to
it's
me.
weird. It's a weird high too. It's just weird.
Yeah, it sounds like a kid to me.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. It
Yeah,
doesn't
I
sound
thought
like
so.
it's way back in the
Just play it
corner.
again.
Like that's
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Yeah, I'm
everybody
gonna,
turn up your volume on
Let's-
StreamYard really loud.
Yeah.
Here we
you
go.
can play it again.
No. It's 10:20. Oh no, it's what is it? Oh. Let's see. That one is a field though.
And like you said too, Jenny, if you had two other recorders going, you should have caught that hello.
Yeah.
If a human said it on the other ones.
Nothing.
And I don't know if you got my message earlier. Did you see what looks like two orbs fly out in front of you? That's
Yes.
why I asked if it was the camera. One is extremely fast and bright. And then a few seconds later, you see the other one sort of come down, which I thought was interesting because it was right around that time frame.
That's
Right.
the same
It's
voice I heard on the other video.
Really,
Oh.
like a kid,
Yeah,
right?
kid.
Like
Yeah. Like a young girl.
I think it sounds like a kid, and
That
it doesn't
can't see me or
match the
can't see
distance
me.
for them.
I think it's I mean,
I think it's good. I
think
was
it's excellent.
absolutely determined that it wouldn't be, but now I'm really on the other side.
And
They
None
weren't
of
on.
us-
They weren't on the other quarters.
no, nothing.
No, they weren't. You would have
nothing.
heard a human voice on the two other recorders.
yeah.
Yeah, but that's typical for me. Like if I set out 3 recorders, it'll only pick up the EVP on one.
Right.
Yeah, that's what happens a lot of times too. When you got about 2 or 3 recorders in your hand, and
Yep.
only one will pick it up, the other 2 won't. It's
Yep.
because that's the one piece of tool that they associate with, and they know that their voice could get picked up on it. So
Right. And one of them was closer to them. It was on the shelf behind you, Kara. Like on
Yes.
yeah. So no way.
that was interesting.
Yeah.
That
That
was a good one.
was loud enough. It would have picked up.
Right.
So there you go. That's upstairs, but we didn't even start with the downstairs and we got 40 minutes. So let's go. So downstairs is where you want to just remind everybody that that's where you keep your more negative.
All the negative and demonics live in the basement.
They live in the basement,
They
which
live in the
makes sense,
basement.
just like they like it. Yeah.
Hey, you know what's
basement
funny?
well.
Before they were down there, we used to get EVPs all the time that said the darkness. We want to go to the basement. They would say basement darkness.
Wow.
I've been with a lot of paranormal groups where we've all sat out and got that on every single investigation. It's like, all right, you guys are going in the basement. I think that's where you want to be, and that's where you'll go if that's what you want. Because they like the darkness. They're negatives. They want
Right.
dark. And they don't want
Yeah.
to be bothered as much with people on a daily basis.
Right.
Fair.
Then I want to be down in that spot.
I was going to say that Anthony's a negative.
You kidding? I'm a negative. I don't want to deal with people.
Well, it was
makes
funny
sense.
because when we were upstairs and we started being like, oh, we're going to go down into the basement next. Is there anything that we should know or whatever? And a bunch of the tools started going off and responding when we started just talking about the basement.
Yeah, you would have got EVP. Bring Anthony.
Yeah, exactly. So, okay, now's the time. We're just going to show video of your new friend if you're willing to speak about it online. If not, that's okay.
No, that's fine.
Okay. All right. You want to tell us a little about it and then we can show the video?
Sure. So we received a new vessel in probably about, I guess, maybe like 3 weeks now. The very first day that he arrived, I knew nothing about him other than he came from another spirit keeper who she took the vessel to Red Rock when she went hiking. The first week she brought it back, it had no pliable or visible signs of having an attachment. And then all of a sudden it started acting up and ramping up very quickly. Slamming doors, banging on tables, very loud, dark shadows, quick movements. She tried to read it because she is a reader. And usually she's spot on. When she reads a vessel, she is spot on. She could not read this one. She said, the only thing that I thought I heard was the name Ricky screamed really loud in my ear. So I thought, okay, maybe it's a hiker that maybe passed away or wasn't found in Red Rock. Maybe it knew it had this vessel, it attached to it. Okay, we'll see what we get. She goes, you know what? I'm not comfortable with him in the house anymore. Take him, see what you can get with him. I said, okay, fine. He comes in the very first night, Peekaboo Paranormal, April and Ryan were like, hey, we're in the area because they only live right up the road. They're at the shop all the time, probably more than me.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, guys, I said, come on up. I said, actually, I just got a new one. Maybe we'll work together because I'm kind of showing them some different techniques because they're a newer group, but they've been doing it for a while on how to work with haunted objects rather than just the buildings and the locations alone. And a lot of investigators don't know how to do that, which is mind boggling, but it's a good learning experience. Come to the convent, we'll teach you. So
Yeah.
we're down there with him. It was the very first day I opened him. Now, normally I never work with an object for about 2 to 3 weeks when they come in. I unbox them, I welcome them, I give them the rules, I introduce myself and all of the staff, I give them a bullet light, I light a white candle, and I let them be. Sometimes I can tell if something's going to be very active because if it starts setting off any lights, any activity, any bullet lights, any cat balls, any flashlights, all right, now we have something here. We decided to take it into the basement. I gave Ron and April a little synopsis on what I had heard and from the other keeper. So we just started to work with it. So like I said, on Satans_Riot, which is the site that we run for all of our hauntings, us working with the vessels, anything we capture, shadow figures, SLS, you name it. We put it up there. Gail and Kara have been on there with some of their stuff. We sat it down on the seance table and I said, all right, let's work with it. Now, we didn't give it a flashlight at first. And the first thing I started with, hey, it's nice to meet you. Thanks for coming to the convent. Hopefully you're happy here. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself? I heard your name is Ricky. And that's how it starts. So originally, you'll notice if you watch all of these videos, there's 12 up now. There are going to be 20 in total. You will see that I start off very nice, very like, hey, like, what's your name? Like, want to get to know you. It's kind of like going on a first date. That's what I say.
Yeah.
When you work with spirits, it's like going on a first date, getting to know him or her, seeing what they're about, seeing what they can do, what kind of energy do they have, what are they making me feel like physically. So we started with Ricky, and things started taking a turn for the worse. So now we're up to video 12, and now it starts to get really amped up. We realized that this vessel is not named Ricky. And I'm actually starting to believe now we're working with a jinn. And the reason is because we've had multiple investigations with it now. This first one is the very first time we investigated it, and it turned dark quick. So I was like, all right, negative, demonic, whatever. We asked him, I said, are you a demon? He says yes. Didn't think anything of it. I'm like, all right, you're in the right place. The next time we had an investigation, Angelina from the Jersey Shore, she's a very good friend of ours, and Sean Austin came out, and the three of us just investigated together. Sean started getting some very interesting demonic words on his new app. We got a word that's supposed to mean an Albanian storm dragon, which is a demonic entity. It's very dark, and it's also female. So now we started to work with it and say, are you a female? Like, are you a female spirit? Are you a demon? Are you this? Are you that? We started getting some interesting answers, direct answers. I went down by myself with it because I usually like to work one-on-one with the negative so we can form a trust and form a bond. I go down with it a third time, which is not, I didn't air it yet. And I start to ask it. For some reason, I think one of my other spirits said, that's a jinn. Don't ask me where it came from. Out of my head, I said, are you a jinn? Right away, the light went on. I said, okay, turn it off for me. Turned it right off. A few times later, I ask it, do you want to be called the dragon? Because we kept getting Albanian storm dragon, storm demon, fire demon. And it started saying, I'm the dragon through EVP sessions that Sean was doing. And I said, what do you want to be called, the dragon? And it's every single time we would say its name, it would light the flashlight. I said, okay, we'll call you the dragon. So when I started to work with it, I did ask it, I said, are you here to harm humanity? Like, do you want to harm humans? And right away, it lit the flashlight. I said, turn it off for me. So what I do is when I work with spirits, I don't go off of one answer. I'll ask a few other questions in between. And then what I will do is circle back to it, to the same question, but say it differently. If it responds again, now I'm on the right track. So I never assume just one. Multiple times now, we even asked it that night. I said, you know, are you a big jinn? Are you a jinn? Again, it answered the night that we had our investigation. So I think that's what we're working with. You can ask the ladies and they can attest when they all met him for the first time that night. He's a nasty SOB. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to give it to their hands now, and they can tell you what they felt about him.
Well, the word dragon in that's Dracula.
Mm-hmm.
So Dracula is the house of the dragon. So that's where Dracula comes in. So this thing could be bloodthirsty too.
Mm-hmm.
It can make harm.
Yes.
It can make harm on you. So you gotta definitely be very gentle with these jinns. That of course there's different levels of jinns.
Yes, there are.
And the dragon one is one of the more powerful one.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's referring to a dragon or like Dracula, I know Dracula's in fairy, it's in the horrors and everything, but there is something behind that real story,
Right?
Yeah.
So I would be careful with this. This is very.
He's a very So we deal with a lot of his type. Wyatt is one of our house favorites. Wyatt was a conjured spirit. Wyatt is very strong. Now this dragon actually asks for opponents. Now I have never had any of my other spirits, my negatives, he asks, she knows, Kimm knows, he asks for opponents. I have never had another spirit ask for an opponent. And I thought that was really odd. And he's very strong, except I put him up against one opponent and he did not like him.
It's like a cage match down there of demons.
If one demon overpowers another demon, he takes its power. Now he gets stronger. And every time he goes and wins against another one, he gets more power.
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying. This is a bloodthirsty demon. So yes, he wants to have power, and he's going to keep on attacking everything to get stronger and stronger and stronger. That's why you gotta be careful with this thing. I mean, I would get it blast and put in a glass or somewhere.
Oh, he is. He is. Yeah. He's fully encased now.
Yeah, because
once we started to realize he was going to be a problem, that's immediately the first thing we did. Angelina actually bought him a case. We got all the rosaries. They are blessed. We have the holy water, and we actually have him inside the case where he is kept there. And you can ask them when they walked up to his case, he's like a I don't know, like a lion ready to get out. Like let me out. Like let me out of this.
And if he gets out, he could be very spiteful. He could do damage.
Yeah.
Because
it is fascinating though, because he wants to be seen. He wants to talk.
Yeah.
It's very weird.
I would definitely be leery about this guy.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
So it's interesting, Anthony, that you talked about Dracula, because so the other entity that came to me before, it was Wilmer, Willie, and then it was this black dark entity who had like a black trench coat. It was all the way down to the floor, and he would do this in front of his face like a cape.
Yep.
And he would call himself the magician, and he had like a skull in his hands, and he was like doing this with the skull. So it's really interesting you say that about the dragons and Dracula. I didn't know that, but that actually just kind of, I like felt like maybe that was like a Dracula. Anyway, whatever. So that's how he presented himself to me. But I'm going to tell you, when I went down those stairs, I mean, I've interacted with some negative things, had some negative things happen to me, but I walked down those stairs, and the first thing I did is I went like, and I literally had to like totally not protect myself, but it was just like not happening, people. And I've never felt like I had to do that anywhere. Down there, absolutely did. And the second I looked at the dragon, it was like, wow, it was really powerful. And he felt not religious, like slippery. He felt not human. He felt not of this world, and like slippery, like sly and slippery. Like you can't grasp things from him, kind of.
No.
And you didn't know that you pit them up against each other. I didn't know you did that. And I was like, he wants this to be his domain. He wants all of this domain, and he wants to battle them. And I've never, so I didn't know you were doing that with him. But yeah, he likes that. He definitely likes it.
You got to be careful because you give him too much power. You know, it can be very dangerous. Well, Kara, did you come across anything with this? With the dragon?
So so the very first time that I went downstairs, so Sophie's like, "Do you want to meet him?" And I was like, "Of course I want to meet him." I was like, it's like, come on, So I go downstairs, and he does have a from the minute you walk downstairs, your eye goes directly to him. Okay, he like Kimm was saying, he commands a room, and he's not like in the center where you would see him. He's off in the side in the corner. So anyway, so I walk straight up to him, and the first thing that I feel is I could feel him reaching, and this is when he's in the case with the holy water and everything, reach into my chest and just twist. And I was like, you have to stop doing that. I'm like, because if you have to stop doing it. I'm like, because I'm gonna bring some friends down here, and you're gonna have to, they all want to talk to you, and we all want to see what you can do, but you can't hurt anybody. And you can't hurt me, because I'm the one bringing people down here for you, for you to talk to, So, and then it eased up. But then when we were doing the seance, we were talking to him, and I said, if you behave, I'll leave you out, and he was like, first he said, he wasn't going to behave. Then he said he would behave. And then Sophie's like, are you lying? And he said, yes, so in the case he went,
going to do, right?
Yeah. Right. So in the case he went, and when we were sitting at the table, his light starts going off, because he remembered that I said he could come out if he behaved, and his light was in the case. Yep. He was going off. He was PO'd. And then I don't know if any of you noticed it, but we were doing it, and I just started coughing. I started coughing. And it was like, you could feel him just like restrict. Oh, I could anyway. Feel him just restricting, and the same way that it was like, almost like, I'm going to shut you up now. You're not going to do the seance because you told me, that you were going to let me out. So anyway, but and slippery is a good word. Slippery is
like smoke. And you were saying, Sophie, that's kind of the legend too.
Dragon.
Right.
Remember,
like the feel of them. You just
Dracula's like vampire and stuff, and we might not go for blood. He might be an energy drainer. Also, a vampire could be an energy drainer or anything that drain. So he might just try and drain your energy too. That's why he went into your chest, Kara.
Yeah.
to try to grab your energy from you. So
Right.
And I didn't even know
that's
he
so
did that to you, Kara.
Yeah,
I
you
didn't
weren't
even know he.
downstairs.
Mm-mm.
But I mean,
This
it's
was-
interesting. The first thing I wanted to do was protect my chest
Yep.
and my
Yep.
like face and my front and my chest. I didn't even know he did that to you. That's interesting.
Yeah.
So-
And I was, I'm sorry.
What kind of vessel is
No,
this?
go ahead.
What is it? Is
I
it,
was
is
gonna
it a
say,
doll?
yeah,
See it.
I'm worried about
Yeah,
running out.
let's do it.
Yeah.
Do we
What
have
is
time
it?
for a video?
Let's watch it, and then people can see what he what the vessel.
Oh, you
looks
have a
like. So-
video on it. Like, yeah,
Yeah, we have 3. So
Let's go. Hey, what are you
Kimm-
waiting for? Hey.
I know. Kimm, I tried to capture Kimm reading a little bit, in the first one, talking about this,
Yeah.
trying to have a dominion and things like
You gotta
that.
get these in because we're going to run out of time.
So
I want to
keep in mind, it's my body camera and the lens is dirty and it's a mess. But you can see it.
You
There
just
you go.
shake the
Hey,
onion.
at least I recovered something here.
I know.
All right.
All right.
So here's
okay.
Kimm. Here's
Jesus.
Kimm. Turn it up.
So it almost, he's like within a month. Right?
Yes, he's already told you that. He's telling you that now.
So there is like this like battle going on between some of them of like who's the dominant, who's like the presence, who's gonna be here. And it's an interesting vibe.
Keep getting rat on your little device.
Rat. Really?
Who's winning?
All right, Dragon.
I guess you.
Yeah, big talk now that nobody's on the table with you.
That doll that's the vessel?
Yes. Well, let me show another one and you'll
Yes.
get a better view of him. So keep in mind the flashlight is between his legs, right? So you will see it light up and stuff. I'm just not straight on, because a lot of people are filming me. So, but you can definitely see the flashlight go on in response. Be by his knees, kind of. Okay, by the vessel's knees. So here's some more dragon.
Dominion. Wow. This is interesting.
Is she right? You creating your army so you can.
Is this... Turn the flashlight off, please. She has another question. It's all right. You can talk to her.
Thank you. Is the person who created you the one who's creating the dominion?
The light on top of that is going off. Is it a cat ball or something behind you?
The Divot Clown?
Yep.
We pulled him actually the other night. We had a session with Wyatt, with the dragon and him. And he's been talking a bit.
Yeah.
We can always pull him if in a little bit if you want.
So the clown behind her there's a cat ball on it and it starts flashing and flashing and flashing. So we decided, okay, well, you can tell us who that is.
So that was a Dybbuk clown that was sent to me. Very dark, very negative. So Dybbuk boxes. Everyone knows a Dybbuk box.
Yeah.
This is actually in clown form. So we figured, okay, it's one of our stronger spirits down here as far as the negatives go. Let's see what happens if we can get communication from the dragon, from Wyatt, who we never pull out of the case, not right now because he is not trustworthy. He's just like the dragon, and from this Dybbuk clown. And the responses we were getting were off the charts.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, we
Yeah.
put them together. That was interesting. And that's when Kimm started talking about him trying to have dominion over everybody and everything.
Yeah. That I mean, he does that doll does look familiar from something.
Yeah.
But
I mean, the flashlight, you see, you're like, turn it off, it turns off, turn it on, it turns on. I mean, pretty powerful.
He's very
owner.
intelligent.
the previous owner, I mean, or whoever originally had that doll, probably was into like some sort of Satanism. That's what
No,
I
they
said.
weren't. So actually that doll was, I think, created in 2021 by an artist who I have a few of his
2021.
vessels. He's not he doesn't do paranormal. He just creates art dolls, kind of like what Mary Jo does. She creates the art dolls.
Yeah.
And he's really phenomenal artist. Like I said, I have a few of his in the building. That one was just sold as an art doll. the woman who sent it to me got it from another person who said, hey, like there's something going on with this thing. I never had problems with it before, but it's starting to act a little funny. So at first I thought it had a dual attachment because I do have multiple ones down there with multiple attachments.
Yes.
And that's when I started to work with it. So I believe if it did have an attachment of something else, that this dragon took over when it attached to this vessel in Red Rock. And I've asked it, April, Ron and I have asked it multiple times, did you attach in Red Rock? A few questions later, hey, where did you attach at? In the valley, in the mountains, stuff like that. Yes. So at first, then I started thinking it was an elemental. I said, okay, it's an elemental. But then it started to read differently. And that's how I usually start to determine what I may be working with. And that's when a jinn popped out. And I said, I really do think that this is a jinn. It is too heavy. It is too strong. It actually has the rope lights now that were made with the music. I have never had any of my other spirits hold those rope lights the way that this thing was playing a song multiple times.
Really?
It's
I wonder how
strong.
there's something attached to that. I mean, it didn't have any of these things in the back, in the past. How did it attach?
It attached because she took it with her. And I think that it wanted to get off of that mountain, wherever she was at in Red Rock. I think it wanted to get off of that trail. I think it seized an opportunity to come to more of the living rather than being out in the wilderness. And I think that it chose it and it assumed it, because one thing why I will always do when a new spirit, I will start to ask them about religion. What that shows me, none of my spirits, even if they were religious in life and if they were a human spirit, they will not talk about religion. It's something they just don't do. And I said, oh, are you religious? It lit the flashlight right up. I said, I said, okay. I said, and in my head, I'm thinking, I don't think so. Then I started to say, oh, do you want us to pray? None of our spirits allow prayer either. Even our positives do not like prayer for some whatever reason. I think it scares them. I think they're worried about it. And this thing's like, oh yeah. I said, I think you're lying to us, aren't you? And he lit right up. I said, I don't think you're religious. I think you're a negative / demonic. Am I right? He lit right up. I said, okay, turn it off. He turned the flashlight right off. That's when I started to realize, because at first we thought, okay, maybe it needs to be set free. April said maybe it wants help. I said, April, I don't think it wants help. I said, it's trying to trick us. Then I said, why would it want help? And why would it attach to this vessel if it was already out in the wilderness? Think about that. Why would it attach to a vessel and come home with people? Because it wanted to, because it's a parasite.
Yeah.
So that was what I started to go off of. And
That's
Well,
interesting.
you mentioned that your friend who originally went to Red Rock, she's a medium, is that correct?
Yes.
And
she couldn't get a read on it.
And no, I'm just saying she has objects of her own at home, right?
Absolutely.
So if this entity out in Red Rock was looking for somebody to join and find a vessel, I mean, what are the odds that a medium is going to walk through your path and also has some haunted objects?
Absolutely.
She might be the person I'll follow back to her car and see if there's something that I can be in her car. Whoa, lo and behold.
Bingo.
The dragon.
I could argue for that as to why her and why this was just in her car at the time.
Yeah, that's interesting. Is anything with those hills where the Red Rock, is there anything in the past that happened there that this entity will be up there that want to jump on? Is like anything in those history of anything in those hills, or no?
I don't know. I haven't done that much research in the Red Rock, but it's an excellent question. But it's trails, so it's I guess it would be like the Appalachian Trail, right?
Since
it's a magical place.
It could be anything there, from spirit of some sort of, because the spirit jinn is a very old spirit, and those things are like thousands of years old, and to be up in a trail, that this country's not even that old, So to be up there, it has to be brought here by something, and it could be almost anything. The people that might have, settled in those hills could have brought that in. Anything. That's why I'd be interested. Where is that? That's the hills. Where is that hills? Red Rock Hills.
What is that? Utah, Arizona. Yeah.
Red Rock. I'm gonna look something up.
I feel like there's been a recent story about Red Rock, but I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, I wonder if there are other stories
Red Rock,
there.
which is near Las Vegas.
Yeah.
The Red Rock Canyons.
Yeah. I
Are
think.
they
Well,
like little canyons or hills?
did she go? Did she just fly? I don't know where she lives, but did she just go there to Red Rocks, or did she travel through other areas?
No,
mean-
she basically went there to hike. She went on a hiking expedition. She picked him up along the way from another keeper. I don't know where. She didn't give me that information. But
Okay.
she picked this vessel up from a person that contacted her and said, "Hey, something's going on. I don't know what's going on." She picked it up, but she said it didn't have anything that was negative like that. And usually she can pick that up right away. This
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
wouldn't let her read him, and that's how
Mhm.
we started to realize there's something different here.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's something that strong. If it doesn't want you to do something, it doesn't let you.
Absolutely.
Anthony, I have one more video. Oh,
Somebody
I'm sorry,
brought
Kim,
up
go
it
ahead.
could be like a skinwalker. Tara brought up
Yes,
it could be like a
that's
Very
what I was
possible.
just gonna say. Like
Yep,
that
very
area.
possibility too.
But why would it go if it's Skinwalker? Why would it say it's a Jinn?
Well, that's the thing.
No,
We do have a
same
skinwalker
idea.
in the basement. A skinwalker did come from Delaware. It was found in a family's garage sale, and it's in a wooden statue. And that thing actually caused 2 investigators to go to the hospital throwing up blood.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, we keep him cased up. I don't let anybody touch him but myself. If I'm going to be hurt, I'd rather it be me than somebody else.
Yeah, of course.
So
You got to be responsible, and that's what you're so good at is your responsibility.
Right.
Because thank goodness they're in your hands.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Jenny,
wonder, one more
show
dragon
your last
video.
one. It's quarter till. I want to make
I
sure you get it in.
understand.
Yeah, go
And then
ahead,
we wanna
play it.
talk- Then
Play
we want
it.
to talk Paulo.
He's almost treating it like a pendulum.
It's really moving.
Yeah. Are you moving that dragon? Can you turn that flashlight all the way on? Is she moving that crystal?
Like just one of them really, really swinging.
Is it not you moving the crystal? Gosh, it's hard to even interact with anything else in here. He's so dominating.
Yeah.
The energy of this dog is dominating in this space. Absolutely dominating in this space.
There he goes. Flashlight. Point.
Were you sent here?
That object was sent here. It was just a noise. The one that lit up.
Which
The Bible, the flashlight.
I know you are
flashlight.
Sea Dragon. Thank you for answering. Did Rogers just light up?
Yes. Yeah. When she asked the question about where you sent here.
What?
There's something over here that makes like a sound. Or is that just sound? I just heard it over there.
No,
Is that Wyatt whistling?
it might be. If you hear whistling, it's usually Wyatt down here. What you're hearing right now, in here, that's all it sounds like.
That's interesting.
Just a little more of our investigation. I mean, it's pretty amazing how that flashlight lights up. I wanted to show that, and also just the Bible in that clip.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Bible.
The Bible. We opened the Bible.
We opened the Bible.
Yeah.
No,
You ain't
Anthony,
kidding,
they never opened it before.
You never opened a Bible before?
No,
It's not
well,
that.
Not like
Oh, the
that,
other
so-
type of, okay.
But Kim got to do her research. Like she got a name, and she was off.
Oh yeah,
She was
so
like, "Boone, I got this." You know, Kim with her like she's
Yeah.
like the genealogy like queen.
I know I do love the history. So Kara, you want to tell us about the Bible?
Yes.
The Bible. So, what do we want to know about the Bible? The Bible, physically looking at the Bible, it's gorgeous. It's in pristine condition. It was printed, what was it, 1899? 1889 in Philadelphia. However, it has a history that it was used by a warlock to conjure. And up until we were doing a seance, and then the Bible just kept calling to us, and we brought it to the table. And this is where I said the seance took a turn, because we were talking about talking to spirit, but it was the Bible that it's not the way the seance usually goes, where we talk to spirit as ourselves and we're their voice, but the spirit that came through, so to speak, and wanted to speak was said Bible. So, do you have footage of any of that, or Jenny, or no?
The seance with the Bible.
Yeah.
No, I do, but not here. No.
Okay.
We don't have enough time. But yeah, I mean, believe me, I wish I could show everything.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, so the Bible itself, so it was owned by somebody who was the neighbor of Ted Bundy. And no, we were trying to put the connection together between him and Ted Bundy, and we couldn't quite figure out how it would go together. But then we had the idea to open the Bible, and I went to open the Bible, and Gail was like, "Don't you dare touch it." She got like all motherly. She spoke through her teeth. She was, "Don't you dare touch it." And I was like, okay. So then April from Peekaboo Paranormal, she opened it, and she was touching it and what have you, and she said it felt
which is the first time it's been opened, right? So
right. It was the first time it's been
right?
opened.
Yeah.
And again, it was in pristine condition. It had pictures. It was illustrated. It was gorgeous.
Beautiful.
And we started opening it to where we thought the creases would be in the book to show that's where it would open to. And we found the page that had the list of births in it.
Which this is like a 2,000-page Bible. Like to just literally land on the page that had the births documented on it is like
Unbelievable.
Exactly.
Yep.
So we opened it up, and the names that were inside happened to have the last name of Boone. And for anyone that knows the Ted Bundy story, his wife was named Carol Ann Boone. Carol Ann Boone. So whatever the connection, whether this Bible did belong to the Boones, like the Boones that were from the Bundys or not, it's irrelevant, because there's a thread that connects it all, and whether it's the Boone spirit that wanted to come through, or the spirit of the Bible or whatever, there was the connection that it went from neighbor to Bundy, warlock to Bundy, just coincidentally the last name of the person who was married to Ted Bundy.
That's interesting, because back then also families lived on the same block next to each other.
Oh yeah.
I know that in the city though, going up Italian, you have family always somewhere on the block or in the same house or whatever. So
my whole family lived in one building.
Yeah. So if you did you take pictures of the information in there?
So my guess is that Josiah, who's the father, Josiah Benton Boone, he was married in 1889. My guess is this Bible was given to him as a marriage gift, possibly. Yeah. And then he recorded the births of his children in there. But yeah, I love that you brought that up, Kara, about spirit bringing up, because sometimes they'll use whatever they have to get a message across.
Right.
And so if the Boone spirit of Ted Bundy, I don't even know his name, Ted Bundy,
Ted's
wife,
Ted.
Boone, and she wanted to come forward, which is interesting because I was talking about I killed her or something. I don't even know if he killed his wife. I have no idea, but interesting.
No,
so yeah,
did.
that's really cool. That was really fun.
What I'm saying is, if you got copies of that stuff, send it to me, because I belong to genealogy.com, the ancestry.com, and I can look it up as any kind of documentaries that definitely have marriage certificates, and I could go, if there's anything, just keep on going,
Yeah, I can send it to you, Anthony. I already found it. I found a obituary for Josiah Benton Boone. Actually, Anthony, you'll love this. Guess what cemetery he's buried in? I bet you can guess. He's in Brooklyn.
What? Oh, he's in Brooklyn? What, Greenlawn?
No, he's in Evergreen.
Evergreen?
Yeah.
Why me?
I know.
That's
I was hoping this would come
Get
up
me the
today.
information. I'll look it up tonight. I could visit the grave this week.
There you
It
go.
always comes back to Anthoiny and his cemeteries.
Yeah.
Every episode. Every episode of this show, we discuss Anthoiny living in the middle of a million cemeteries.
Uh-huh.
Growing up in cemeteries, Anthoiny in
It's the truth.
cemeteries. Every show. It's like
If I ever go homeless, I'm going to move myself into a mausoleum.
seriously, you may as well. So
Yeah.
before we have 7 minutes, but we have a lot to talk about in 7 minutes. Important things to talk about that I'd love to turn it over to Kara about. We want to make sure that we honor that we have a huge event coming up.
Oh, yes.
So-
And we're going to be at, yes. So we're having the hollow. This is the third actual hollow.
Oh,
And
look at
there's
that.
Jenny. Look at Jenny.
Oh my God, I'm not doing that. Just FYI, I wouldn't have done that.
Our Jenny is speaking. Our Anthoiny is going to be teaching a class on
there he
spirit
is.
art. Sophie is going to be there with some of our. Yeah, even Sophie's going to be there. I don't know, Kimm, if you're coming, because I don't know your work schedule yet.
Yeah.
Rough.
It's rough in August, right? So it's August 22nd. It's going to be at Stockton University in the middle of the Pine Barrens. So it's called The Hollow. And we have some great things that are lined up. One of our lead sponsors is Paraflix. We have,
awesome.
yeah. So we have a lot going on. We're going to have over 75 vendors. We're going to have a lecture room that holds up to 60. We have a classroom with interactive workshops that holds up to 20. We have we're going to have a cosplay contest. We're going to have Paranormal Investigator of the Year contest.
Wow.
We're going to have the film festival, which we already have like 20 films that have already submitted, and we have I don't know how much to go. And the last time that we did this, we had more horror films because we're open to paranormal and we're open to horror. Shorts. It has to be under 30 minutes. And anyway, so the first time we did it, it was all mostly horror movies, and we only got a couple of paranormal documentaries. This time, it's like blowing us out of the water with all these paranormal documentaries.
Cool.
So, yeah, so
Awesome.
it's gonna be interesting to see. You know, the tickets are on sale now. We're still looking for vendors. We're gonna have the Parasite Corps is sponsoring the Devil's Den. The Devil's Den is going to have our featured interactive people like Sophie and Anthoiny. So that you could get really down and dirty with everybody and try out stuff. So it's going to be
down and dirty with Anthoiny. All right.
Down and dirty with Anthoiny.
You better be ready.
We have
It's like, bring it.
We have 3 LED screens in the Devil's Den and the general vendor room. So we're going to have content moving all day, live podcasts, broadcasting.
Awesome.
We have a press kit, a press place, for people to do their podcasts from and stream live. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a carnival of festivities.
That's gonna be
I like
awesome.
the word
Looking forward.
carnival.
You like that?
Carnival.
Yes.
That's what it is. Literally.
Yeah.
It's going to be of ghosts and horror.
Exactly. Special guests are going to be there. It's
you can make it.
Yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
please, if you can come on down.
And we need vendors.
We need vendors. We need people to come and hang out with us. We're doing excursions into the woods to look for the Jersey Devil, because we're literally the names of the street are like Leeds Way. So we're literally in the heart of Leeds. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, if you're not like I'm in New Jersey, but if you're not like the Jersey Devil, that's where it's at.
Yeah, the Pine Barrens.
Come check it out. There's nothing like the Pine Barrens, man. Like it's. Like I'm not scared of much, but being in the middle of those.
You're right. You're totally right.
Am I right?
Yeah.
And you said
magical places.
Paraflix are gonna be there sponsoring.
Yeah. They're sponsoring.
That's interesting because tonight we were supposed to have Patty Negri.
Oh yes.
And what happened was she's doing something with the Winchester House.
Yeah.
And she was leaving today, so she
So we got something better. No, I'm kidding. Sorry, Patty.
We got
Patty Negri's is part of Netflix. That's what Netflix.
We love you, Patty.
Powerflex. Yeah. So Patty can't make it, and Natalie Jones can't make it, but we will have Shannon Michelle Collins. She's the hostess with the hostess with the hostess.
Oh yeah.
She's I can't speak. So, but yeah, so she's going to be there. Bianca Rose Perricone is going to be there, and they work together. So it's going to
be Sharon. You think who's going to be there?
Shannon. Who have both been on our show. Go back and watch those shows. Bianca has been on our show, and Shannon.
Matter of fact, I think Bianca's supposed to be on again.
Yeah,
I gotta see if she's gonna be on again.
Yeah. Sophie, is any of your friends gonna be making it there?
Oh yeah, we're gonna bring a lot of friends there. We just haven't decided what grouping to have. We may make a debut with the dragon. I'm gonna see in a few months how he acts. If he's not good, I'm not gonna trust him with the public and put anybody in danger. So if he's behaves, I may bring him out for a showing. But yeah, we'll see who shows up.
That's
if
gonna
not,
be awesome.
they should come to your tattoo parlor and they should see them there.
Absolutely.
Make sure you got my side shirt this time, okay? I would have wore it tonight.
So
I love
that's
it.
That's gonna be great. I can't wait for this that to happen.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's the 2 hour mark. We gotta go.
Will be with you.
We gotta
It's
go.
2 hours. We gotta go. Okay, guys. We really it's the 2 hour mark already, and I don't want to get fired, so we gotta end the show. I want to thank everybody in the audience. We had a great time tonight. This was a great show. So yeah, we're looking forward for the Hollow. I want to thank you guys for showing up tonight and have it was the stories were unbelievable.
Thank you, Gail and Kara, for a great event, and thank you,
thank you for coming.
Thank you guys. It was so nice meeting
Thanks for
everybody.
coming back and talking about Saturday, which was phenomenal.
So that was very cool, and it's what I liked about it was like fresh. It was just happened, so everybody remembered everything exactly. It just happened last Saturday, so that was the great part about it. So I got to say thank you to the audience. Thank you for everybody for showing up. It's without the audience, we wouldn't have a show. Without great guests like you guys, we wouldn't have a show. Because the three of us talking is kind of boring. Well, those two could talk. I'm just like, hey, just shut up and sit back.
You don't talk at all.
I don't talk.
No.
I'm not much of a talker, as you can tell. Well, after a couple of these things here, I'm pretty talkative. I want to thank everybody again for showing and everything, and we're gonna have a great time. We got a lot of great shows coming up, and I just want to say, remember, if you're gonna go out there investigating, you got to be safe. Because you want to look for ghosts. You don't want to be a ghost. Hey, ciao, familia.
Bye, everybody.
Hey,
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye. Good night.
Guys, don't go nowhere.
Hey, how you doing?